Hey guys, Ur here, back for some more Touhou Tuesday, and today we are playing the second game in the main series, Story of Eastern Wonderland. We're continuing our journey through the PC-98 games, and before we jump into it, I do want to show off, I forgot to show this in the first video, but I'm wearing one of my favorite Touhou shirts. It's a crossover with the Final Fantasy VII logo. It's an old and worn out shirt, but it's still one of my favorites. But anyways, moving on with the game. The story for this one is pretty simple. Monsters have suddenly appeared at the Hakure Shrine, so of course Reimu has to go out there and find out who's responsible. Although this time she's going to take out some double yin-yang orbs because I guess by this point maybe she's learned to control them at least somewhat. There is an interesting thing though about her character, which you'll see once we get into the actual game. But there is a point of the story that Reimu is unaware of. There was a character in the first game that we didn't get to show, Mima. She was on the other route, but Reimu is currently unaware that Mima has broken out of the seal that she placed on her in the first game behind the shrine, so she'll get involved in this. But other than that, it's going to be a typical, like, what you would expect for a shoot-'em-up. So I'm going to be playing it on normal. We'll do our best. I do not remember if there are unlimited continues or not. If there's unlimited continues, I'll try my best to show the ending, even if it's not the good ending. If there's a limited number, I'll do my best, but I don't know. I can't guarantee we'll make it all the way to the end. Ultimately, the point of this is to show off the PC-98 games, not necessarily complete them, so we'll do our best. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now we do have three types to choose from. I'm going to choose the defensive type, which is the most balanced stat-wise. That's generally what I pick for just games in general. I just like being more balanced more than anything. So let's go ahead and choose that. The story of the demon ceiling in Eastern Wonderland. Purple Field, Purple Dawn. Now you'll see we got our player count, our lives. We got bombs, our power meter. No graze meter, unfortunately. Get some points, get some power-ups. You'll notice that Reimu's sprite, it looks like she's on something, and that's because by this point in the series, Reimu has not learned how to fly yet. She does not have the power to do so on her own. That doesn't come until the Windows games. So for now, she has to rely on her turtle servant, Genji, with two eyes in the name, who's like just an old turtle that, I guess, an old magical turtle who knows how to fly, so she rides on him to get around in these older games, which is kind of cool. He eventually like disappears in terms of the series. You don't ever hear about him again. Supposedly he might live in the pond or lake or whatever behind the shrine still, but he's just never mentioned again. I don't know exactly why Zune decided to do it the way he did. I don't know if it was, I don't know how much ahead he had planned, really, honestly, but first mini-boss here is just a shrine tank, and it goes down pretty easily. We will get a mid-boss and a boss on every stage, with the exception of stage 5. I think there's no mid-boss there. Otherwise, right now, I just want to try to farm up and collect power, because you can see my meter in the bottom right is continuing to build up. When we hit different tiers of power, my shot changes a little bit. If you die, you do lose some of your power meter, much like the rest of the series. Not all of it. Part of your power will fly out that you can try to grab back. Though we do not have the, I'm pretty sure we do not have the point of collection like we do later on this series. I mean, honestly, the Windows games really added a lot to what we know for how Touhou plays, because it's very weird to, one, play without the point of collection, as well as the old point of collection, you had to be at full power to make use of it. For what I'm talking about is there's a line typically at the top of the screen, kind of like, I don't know, maybe a fifth of the way from the top, a fourth of the way from the top. The whole thing is if you cross over, you grab all the pickups on the screen, but in the older games, you need it to be at full power to do that. Later on, you can do it at any power level, but I don't think it exists in these older ones. And we should be at the first boss here, which is going to be Rika. We do have some dialogue, quite a few ghosts around. Eternal Shrine Maiden Reimu, at least her name there, okay. A sinister individual approaches, mistress. That's our turtle talking. I wonder if it is for the shrine. Are you listening to me, mistress? Old turtle of wisdom, Genji. What now, you senile old turtle? Senile. Over there, mistress. What? Her? She's just some human. I'll lick her in no time. Mistress? What do you mean, sinister? I'll have you know I made every one of these ghosts here. I don't know what an image, what that is. Oh, is it like them falling over? What the heck? Oh, her falling over. How is that not sinister? Be quiet. Just sit back and let yourselves be destroyed by the flower tank, my ultimate masterpiece, if I do say so myself. Okay? Hey, who are you working for? Ready or not, here I come. Whoa. Now, one thing also that's very tough for me to play these old games, these old shoot-'em-ups, is I don't have a focus mode. I can't hold shift to do focused movement and focused shot. It's just all one movement, which really is what I need that to be able to finesse my dodging. We'll do our best here. Oh, that's gonna blast. And I don't think I mentioned it yet. Another reason why I have a lot of trouble with these older shoot-'em-ups, I think it might be more apparent in the 4th and 5th game than here, but it's the bullets. I lost. Farewell. Darn, we didn't find out who hired her. Shall we chase her down, mistress? Nah, she'll probably leave traps. Aw, she isn't gonna chase me. See? It's the bullets, being able to see them. It's just the coloring of the bullets changes later on in the Windows games. They make them stand out much more. They're much more colorful. Here, when they're just all like white dots, against certain backgrounds, it can be hard for me to follow them. Raiju, Midnight Rainstorm. Now here it may not look so bad, but I distinctly remember having trouble with one of them, and I'm thinking it's 4 or 5, where my eyes just couldn't follow the bullets. They didn't stand out enough to me, and it made just like seeing them coming very difficult. Forget the fact that I can't do focus movements. Just not being able to even see what I'm trying to dodge. What am I gonna do? Use the force? Now we earned either an extra life or bomb for hitting certain points. Is it like 10 and 20 million? Something like that? 1 million? 10 million? I forget exactly. See, I'm seeing these little particles come. Oh, okay, yeah, and I was actually trying to dodge that. Well, that sucked. See, those aren't even typical bullets. They're some kind of character. Oh well, though. Now I don't remember if losing your life and I don't know what happens with your bomb count. Are they separate, or do you get bombs back like a restock when you die? Because I cannot just assume you get a refill, because it's not the later games in the Windows series. Not to mention some of the games even in the Windows series, the bombs were done differently. Like 10 was the first one to really change the way bombs were handled. They were part of your power meter, which I honestly didn't like, but I did eventually get used to it. Here they are still just classic separate bombs, so I really should try not to be too stingy. You cannot death bomb in this, where the instant, like the frame you get hit, typically later on in the series, if you like do it right when you get hit, you can still get the bomb off to save yourself. I think in this, either you can't do that, or you can fire the bomb, but you still die. It's one of the two. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's until the Windows games when you can death bomb to save yourself. Because honestly, like, the more I played this series, the more I really tried to practice and learn to not just bomb through everything. But by doing that, it also developed a little bit of a problem where then I really like wouldn't bomb where I probably should have, because I'm trying to be too stingy with them. Maybe not stingy, but I'm trying to, be conservative with them. Especially when later on you're trying to get spell cards. Something stinks, Gramps. Over there, mistress. Well spotted, Turtle. Samurai of Darkness, Meira. I am Meira. I'm here for the Hakure. Hey, what's this all of a sudden? I mean, I don't mind, but... Anyway, if I win, then the power of the Hakure will be mine. Oh. Well, we don't need to fight to win, we don't need to fight to win me, you know? Are you winking at him? You think this is a marriage proposal? Huh? What's wrong? I'm not after you! It's your power I want, moron! Even the turtle's just done with this. My power? What are you talking about? Besides, we're both women. That's disgusting. Oh, I thought you were actually a man. In that case, if I win, you wouldn't mind then, right? After all, if you get to have conditions. Are you even listening to me? Sure, sure. Fight, fight. And on top of that, you know such old references. I'm asking if you're ready. I hope I don't lose. Alright, that was an interaction. Oh my gosh. Now, unlike the first game, where I did some practicing, I didn't practice at all for this because I kind of wanted to have, like, my first experience replaying these games again be captured on here for this. The only thing I did was very quickly sound test, which I see 2% of the game, not even that, just the intro part. Oh shoot. Ooh. I don't think I talked about the hitbox in this game, which also, you can't see your hitbox, but it is there. It's this 5x5 square pixel, kind of around where her red ribbon is on her head. It wasn't until 7 onwards that you could see your hitbox when doing focused movement. I mean, forget the fact that we don't have focused movement in this, but you can't see the hitbox, not unless you have like a fan patch or mod that does that. Okay, now you're changing up form. Oh, also, you'll see that a lot of the staple things are missing. You don't have boss health bars. You don't have the glowy thing at the bottom of the screen to give you the faint glow thing that shows you where the boss's position is, because that helps you position yourself when you're generally more focused looking down at the bottom of the screen than above you. You don't have that here. A lot of the luxuries you get used to in the later games don't exist here. I win! Wait, what's this? Oh no, she stopped moving. Oh well, time to bury her. Hold your horses. Enough already. Darn it, she got away. On that note, I wonder what Miss Mayer wanted anyway. You weren't paying the least bit of attention, were you? Reimu's personality is, I guess, a little different here. I really don't remember. Later on, Reimu's just much more like, you know what, I just want to find who's responsible and beat them up. Let's go. She's a little more oblivious here. Scarlet Dream. Also, whoa. This is the only game in the series of the, like, regular shoot-'em-up style that's not 6 stages. It's only 5 stages long, plus an extra stage, which I believe you get the extra stage unlocked by getting the good end for all 3 shot types, which is a little different from how the series does it later on. The series typically, you have to get a 1cc on at least normal for it to unlock extra, and then it only unlocks for that shot type, character and type combo or whatever. This one, it only unlocks after you beat it 3 times at least with the different ones. I am not going to be trying to do that here. I honestly thought I should have gotten hit by that, but it's fine. I will take it. Okay, there's the hit. Nice. Didn't even get to see that coming. Okay. Haven't even gotten to fire off a bomb once. That's great. Here's a mini boss. Yikes. There's like 2 red dots. They don't actually like have a name. They're nameless 2 red dots. Only really hit them when they're above me like this, so let's... It'd be nice if they actually had a health bar so I could tell. Well, I guess, yeah, did even the mid-bosses for the later games, I'm not sure if they all had health bars. I know my train of thought keeps getting interrupted, but one of the other things I was going to say earlier was the different luxuries and things that are missing. Oh my god, that was just my fault. That are missing from what you're used to is spell cards. These spell cards and the whole capturing spell cards thing doesn't exist in these games. That didn't come into the series until later. I think not until 6. I'm not 100% on that. We'll know when we eventually like get to 4 and 5, but I don't think spell cards existed there yet. The whole mechanic of trying to capture a spell card by not dying and not bombing through it. Okay, so when you do hit power, when you hit the max power, it does say max. I didn't actively, like, notice that until, like, just now. Alright, that's a lot of power. If you were lacking in any right then, you'd be plenty here. Now, we do get points for still picking them up, so it is still worth it. I could have sworn I hit a bomb, and you know what? If it was the Windows game, I probably would have gotten a death bomb right there. Maybe. The timing would have been close. Where the heck are we? This is Gen Mukai, the gap between Mukai and our world. Don't worry, it's not outer space. We can breathe just fine here. Wasn't really worried about that. This is the quickest route to Reimaden. The enemies here are tough. What do you mean? Look, here's one now. Jeez, already? Oh, it's just like 5 magic orbs or whatever. That's right, it's not even an actual like person this time. Okay, my eyes were not ready for the red balls coming in. Shoot, I was focusing entirely on the... Oh. Okay, that one was just entirely my fault. Well, this is not looking good. I am royally fucking up. Oh, that was a bomb that dropped. I didn't think there was actually bomb drops in this, but I guess there are. Can you only hit the one that's open? Maybe. Yeah, probably. Oh, I want that. I cannot grab it. Okay, well... This is where practicing would have come into play, because then I would have known. But it's fine. Oh, no bomb drop this time? The only time I'm ready for it, and there isn't one? Oh, I thought I was in the middle. You know, I don't like is when the screen does that red change in the background. Because then if red bullets come through, I'm not ready for them. I'd actually prefer if the background just stayed one solid color, please. That's a little more of the usual kind of bullet patterns I'm used to seeing. I'm gonna hope that... Yeah. Oh, God! Alright. Oh, no. Go back. We're about to find out how the continues work in this. Continue. Ooh, there are only 3 continues. Okay. Oh, but it does continue right from where we are. Okay, I can't grab all of that power like that. We need to start bombing more, I think. Like right now. Alright, you dead? You dead? You dead, Billy? Wow, that was scary. Please don't make such strange noises, mistress. Ugh, let's hurry up and get out of here. You have no one to have dialogue with. Okay, stage 4. Evil spirit, revengeful ghosts. Ooh, wait, I know this music track. Sort of. Or at least sounded kind of similar to one that actually is used later on. I care more about the power-ups than I do the points. Ah. Alright, we're at max power now. When you continue, it does reset your score, and then it adds 1 to the end digit. Most of these like shoot 'em ups don't use the single digit. They use it as a way to show your continued count. Unless you're playing the one that has 10-point increments, and then you continue 10 times, then you really can't tell if you've continued or not. And yes, I've played my share of shoot 'em ups that have that as an actual thing. I die so many times, the count just gets too high to keep track of. What I can do without is those little sparkles that come out. Ah! It's not that I'm necessarily confusing them with bullets, but they're visual clutter that I could just do without, you know. Alright, it's gonna... Ooh. Hey, we actually grabbed a bomb. We actually grabbed a loose bomb. Hooray us. Oh, crap. I don't even know what is I'm even shooting at here. Green garbage. Shoot. Nah, I'm not getting any of these power-ups. Okay, I'm maxed out now. Alright, I'm gonna 100% blast your ass with a bomb. I don't even care. The Tenshi is the name of this mid-boss, I think. But again, like most of the characters in these older games, there's nothing really known about them. very, very few of the characters that get introduced in the PC-98 games carry over into the Windows games. Mima is actually one of the... that was just entirely my fault. Mima is actually one of the characters that I remember often the Touhou fandom really wanted to see back in the game, but I don't think she's ever been back. There's something big up ahead. Indeed, I feel something overwhelming. Perhaps we have found the leader at last. It's kind of familiar, though, but what is it? Could the one behind all this really be... What? What? Here she comes! Fancy meeting you here, Reimu. Charming evil spirit, Mima. So again, she's from the first game. Mima, I knew it was you. You did? Nope, I had no idea. I've just always wanted to try saying that. More importantly, Mima, you're the one who messed up my shrine, aren't you? Oh, who cares about some cheap shrine in the middle of nowhere? My goal is vengeance against the entire human race. Well, I suppose it's fine to dream big. But I can't forgive you for busting up the shrine. I'm sealing you here for good. Or in here for good. A challenge. But I'm afraid I just don't have the time. The hour of my restoration is nearly at hand. So, until then, please play with this one. And then this is where this character gets first introduced. See ya! Hey, wait! Darn it! Don't worry, I've got this. Magician of Red Dreams, Marisa. So, Marisa Kirisame gets introduced here. She has red hair, though. She later on wears a completely different outfit and has blonde hair. But she will become a mainstay in the series as Reimu's main partner in crime, I should say. Get out of my way! Ho ho! And let you chase Lady Mima? No, thank you. I'll be keeping you entertained for a little while right here. I guess I could just beat you up too. You think I'd lose to a half-baked magician like you? Stay calm, mistress. This one may be dangerous. Don't worry, I'll clean her up in no time. Let's hope so. Now, is she gonna fuck yeah, Master Spark my ass? Ooh, that was currently dangerous on my part. Much like what continues to happen later on in the series, lots of characters start out as enemies, rivals, antagonists, ultimately whatever it is. And then Reimu, that was just entirely my fault. Ultimately, usually defeats them and then either befriends them or they just learn to coexist. Marisa is one who is, based off of the lore here up to this point, she's under the command or follows Lady Mima. It's why later on in the series that even fan works will mention Mima and how she looked up to her and she was her follower, her students even, whatever. I don't know how far that's gonna come out. Yeah, that's gonna come out pretty dang far. I think that also would be an interesting thing to finally have Mima come back in the series at some point. It became kind of a running joke whenever the next Touhou game was going to get released, that people would speculate, okay, who's the extra stage boss going to be? And people always would hope that it's going to be Mima. That one day Zune would just finally, I pressed bomb. That's kind of ridiculous. Oh, I didn't even grab that. Dang it. That Zune would put Mima back in somewhere. I think that, especially the older members of the Touhou fandom, would just fucking lose their minds if he did that. I'm gonna bomb completely out of safety. I mean, I'd like to see it. There are some fans out there who are big Mima fans. Even though, honestly, she really doesn't have too much to her in terms of appearances and lore, but, I mean, hey, everyone's got their favorite characters. I'm always excited to see Sakuya come back as a playable character. Alright, Marisa, you gonna fucking die yet or what? Oh shoot, that's really, really close. I probably should be right here in this corner, but that's where I'm at. Oh, thank you. Goodness. Lady Mima, forgive me! Alright, let's move. The barrier disappeared. Guess that means we're all ready. Let's go. But I'm worried that you may not be any match for Mima right now. What? Kyahaha! He's right. You've continued 1 time already. Oh, are you serious? The game points that out? Marisa, what are you still doing here? In any case, please be careful. Whatever. That's really funny that it actually points that out. Wow. Alright. Now there is one of the games, Eastern Sealing of a Demon and one of the games actually I think stops you short if you've continued. Slash are playing on easy. Which honestly, I mean, was a typical thing for quite a few other games back in the old, like even NES era. You know, you play it on the easy mode or you continue. I'm sorry, you can't do the final stage, or sorry, you get the bad ending. Mima, show yourself. Usually the last stages are fairly short and just kind of give you a decent opportunity to power up, but they usually include a mid-boss still. This one does not have. Again, a lot of the main things that happen in the Windows games, they don't happen here yet. They hadn't quite established the formula. Also, I need to pay attention to my bombs come back when I die here. I'll get you this time. Ho-ho, you're late. I wonder just how well you wield your power. Not very well, I can see. This is no good at all. You may have noticed, but those orbs. What are you on about now? Come on, let's fight. Very well, since you so desire, but only a blood member of the Hakure clan can use those orbs, yes? What are you trying to say? I'll make sure not to kill you then. What the heck? I'll have you exercise so fast it'll make your head spin. Mistress, you need more practice. Now you're making fun of me too? You old traitor. Genji has been watching you. And he was disappointed in your performance. You're kidding, right? I'm strong, aren't I, Gramps? Lady Reimu, if you would just train some more and return here later. Shut up! Now I'm mad! I'll show you who's disappointing, Mima. Ho ho, I wouldn't have it any other way. Very well, I won't hold back. I said I wouldn't hold back. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, I almost moved right into that. Alright, she's just gonna do forward charges like that. That's not too... Oh, God, those come in pretty fast. Alright, bombs do come back. I am going to bomb my way through if I need to. That was just me not moving correctly. Since we are this far, I do want to make sure that I at least show an ending, even though at this point it's going to be a bad ending. I do think if I practice this one some, because honestly, knowledge is a lot of power in these games. A lot of dodging bullets in shoot-em-ups is reaction speed, but also memorization and knowledge of what's coming. Sometimes you just need to know. You can't just sight read this shit all the time. Oh my gosh. So, oh god, okay, they are bouncing and doing that, but you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna bomb. Cross over through it right when there's an opening. Oh, I don't trust. That's too compact. Oof. Oh, I don't know what clipped me, but dang it. All right, I'm down to just bombs now. Okay, oh. I wasn't sure when my invincibility was going to end there, so bomb up for safety. No, I bombed. If it allowed death bombs, that would have absolutely gone off. Dang it. Ugh, come on, the cursor, like, isn't quite moving. It's fine. What is nice is we are continuing right from where we were. I only say that because later on in the series, some of the games would allow you, say, infinite continues, but you have to restart the beginning of the stage. I'd more prefer limited number, but continue right from where you are. Ah ha ha, you are so very, very weak. If we keep going, you'll just end up dead. Planning to run? Coward? Stop! Bye-bye. Let's meet again when you're a little stronger. Ah. Okay, I'll take it. Not a pretty clear of the game, but whatever. After that... Ever since Mima and the others ran away, nothing's happened at all. Is something going to happen eventually? Is something going to change? It's just so frustrating. I simply didn't train enough. It's something that could have been fixed. I hate training so much. Ugh, this is so depressing. All because I didn't have enough training. My body feels heavy for some reason. Hey! Marisa! Don't say things like that. Just train more. I'll give you some help. Hey, what are you doing here? And why are you on my head? I was bored, that's all. Anyway, we need to change your attitude. And I think some more discipline would help. Okay, let's begin. Training time is fun time. No way! Come on now, let's train. Wait a minute! Where are we going to train? You wanted to train under a waterfall? That can't be a waterfall. But isn't that water? Where? I'm soaked in some other liquid. Ew, this is all goopy. So it isn't magic? Or help! Bad end 2. Try harder next time. So there's 3 bad endings depending on which type you chose. So there's good ending 1, 2, and 3, bad ending 1, 2, and 3. And I believe, at least with the story, the incident doesn't actually technically get resolved, or maybe you don't see it until after beating the extra stage, because the whole point was that monsters were appearing at the shrine. But I think after you beat the main game, even if you get the good ending, I think the monsters are still there, but when you beat the extra stage, you find that Rika, the first boss that we fought in stage 1, who's an engineer, was actually the one responsible. So beating her in the extra stage will then, like, resolve the incident, and then all the monsters are now gone. I don't know if it actually explains, like, how she created them, but whatever. If you're an engineer or a scientist or whatever, you can give any explanation for doing that. And so you see there that now that we've defeated them, or at least, you know, Marisa, she now just shows them just like, hey, what's up, Reimu? And then they become friends, and she becomes her main partner for the rest of the series. Because most of the games, it's Reimu is like, she's like almost always playable, unless it's like one of those special games where it's like the one that stars Cyrano, right? She's always in there. Marisa is usually the partner. Sometimes there's another person on top of that, or they'll change it up and have somebody else. But if we're talking like just like the main series, Reimu's always been the one available. But a lot of the opponents that she'll beat, she befriends in some manner, and a lot of them show up as partners or characters you can play as in the series at some point. 2 continues used, so it was a limited number. This is one I definitely could do it with no continues if I practice, learn the patterns, and be more willing to bomb through, even if it means like, oh, I should have tried dodging that. Well, you know what? It's probably safer to bomb and use them up before dying, because that's just such a waste. I lost too many bombs dying with them still on hand. My skill is 24, like what, out of 100? A failure of a person. Thanks, Zun. I really needed that. Good lord. Alright. I also did increase, I think, the default initial lives and bomb count, but whatever, it's fine. Usually later on in the series, I think changing those numbers prevents you from getting a proper 1cc for unlocking stuff. I'm not 100% on that, but here it didn't seem to matter, so that's why I was willing to change the count. But anyways, that is Story of Eastern Wonderland. It is fun going back through these old PC-98 games. This one really wasn't too bad. For one thing, it's one stage shorter. The bullets weren't too hard to follow in this one. A couple of parts definitely did get me, but if I practiced, I would be better prepared, I think. It's got to be one of the later ones. I'm sure if and when we get to them, it'll come back to me immediately where I had so much trouble. But anyways, next time we'll continue our journey through the PC-98 games, and we'll play the third one in this series, which it's kind of nice that I'm doing these first 3 for right now, just because they are all different types. 1 is very different from the rest of the series. 2 is a standard. 3 is... It is a shoot-'em-up type that has been done before. This is not the only series. Touhou's not the only one that's ever done it. And Touhou itself has had it a few times, but it is definitely a little more rare. Zune only does it every once in a blue moon for one of the main games, but you'll see that when we get to there. So, anyways, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. See you guys next time.